Hey everyone, welcome to another book video. Honestly, I feel like I haven't filmed a sit down book video in a minute, so I'm really excited about this. Also, it's one of my favorite tropes ever. So today I'm gonna be talking about books to read if you like friends to lovers, or books to read maybe if you want to get into friends to lovers, whatever, but books that have that trope. Okay, I have quite the stack here. I also reorganized my bookshelf. If you're interested, I'll like look at it, because I got a really cool Lego set of the burrow from Harry Potter and I put it on my top shelf, but it's 18 inches tall, so I had to move everything down and I don't have space for like any of my books, so they're kind of all over the place right now. But once I actually finish cleaning everything, it's gonna be sick, and I'm almost done with school, so like I'll have time. Anyways, not the point. I feel like friends lovers gets a lot of like hate and discourse on the internet sometimes. I think now it's become a little bit more appreciated than it was before, but I think it's still an overhated trope, because I just remember in like early book talk days, or I don't know, even on like reels and stuff, I see people as like friends lovers or enemies to lovers, and it's like no competition or whatever. But friends lovers is so good when done right. It's actually my favorite trope when it's done right. It's so good. It's so like the mutual pining, the not realizing that the other person is like also interested, and it's so good. Obviously it does get annoying when it's like 400 pages of both people being interested and not realizing the other person is interested, but for the most part I love it. Okay, so the first book I want to talk about, I actually read this one pretty recently. I actually just finished it like a couple of days ago and I loved it. It's Begin Again by Emma Lord. Look at it, it's so cute. This cover is so cute. This is YA, so there's no spice or anything. They're like college age though. And it was so good. It's so cute. It's about what's her name? Andy. It's about a girl named Andy who transfers to her dream school to go be with her boyfriend. Right after she transfers, this thing happens with her boyfriend, and like their relationship has already been weird because they've been doing long distance for so long. It's even weirder. So they're trying to figure it all out. And she has her RA like for her dorm, you know, what, I forgot what RA stands for, but you know, like the person, like I don't want to call him a prefect, but like a prefect, you know, for college. But anyway, he's like being helpful and he's being nice in his own way, and he's kind of a little grumpy at first, but as the book goes on, he gets it's so good, and you get to see her figure out so much stuff about herself. And that's what I love about this book, really, because a lot of YA books have that sort of self-discovery aspect of it, and I feel like this one specifically just did it really well. And I love friends to lovers when it's like a little bit more character driven for like 70% of it, and like the last 30% it's like all you're doing is like, for this much of the book you're just like shaking in your boots, like, oh my god, what's gonna happen with this? Like, are they gonna figure this out? Is she gonna who? Like, it's so good. And this book had me like, I actually laughed out loud while reading it. So if you like YA romances, give it a read. Okay, the next book I want to talk about, I already know this one. I'm just gonna say right off the bat, this is not going to be for everyone. It almost wasn't for me, but I did like it, and that is Girl Abroad by Elle Kennedy. The reason I say it's not going to be for everybody is because it's a love triangle book, but one of the guys is in a relationship when she meets him. There's no cheating or anything, and she outright says like, I don't want to be that girl, I'm not gonna get with you while you have a girlfriend. But it's honestly, it's like she's saying that, but then she's spending a lot of time with the guy she's not gonna get with, and it's really annoying. But skip to here if you don't want spoilers about this book and you want to read it. But she doesn't end up with him. She ends up with the other guy, her roommate, and they have a cute friends to lovers thing going on in the background of all of this. And then like, you're also just following her college life. She's studying abroad, if you couldn't tell by the cover and the title. She's studying abroad in England, Notting Hill specifically, and she has a project she's working on, and she's like uncovering all these mysteries and all this crazy stuff about this family, and there's a whole other side plot with that, but the romance is also really cute. And once it was all settled and figured out, I did really like it. And I mean, Elle Kennedy just writes like fun, easy romance books. This one is not YA. I don't remember it being excessively smutty, I don't think, but I mean, Elle Kennedy just kind of is. Her books are always at least a little bit, so if you really, I feel like it's skippable though, because I usually just end up skipping it for the most part. So I mean, I wouldn't let that like make you not read it, because it's not one of those books where it's talked about 24/7, but when it does happen, it's like, okay, no one needs that much detail, bro. If you're also like me and you don't like to read that. But if you do, I think you'll love this book. Cute French lovers, little steamy little study abroad moment, London setting, roommates. I mean, what's not to like? Well, aside from the, you know. But the next book I want to talk about is the one that actually made me want to do this video in the first place. Because originally I was going to film a fake dating video to start this off, because I want to do a bunch of different tropes. I was going to start with fake dating, but then I saw this on my shelf and I was like, no, I want to talk about that book. Because I feel like it's so underrated. I've never heard anybody else talk about this book. And I'm sure people have read it, obviously, but like I've never seen it on any TikToks, any Reels, or any YouTube videos. So if you know somebody who talks about this book, you should send me the app, because I love this book. I thought it was so cute. And that is Hot British Boyfriend by Christy Boyce. I mean, just look at this cover. Like, she's sitting on a mug of tea and there's a British man standing next to her. Look how cute she is too. She has a little sweater on and if it would focus up. Look how cute. How far would you go for love? And there's drama already. Anyways, basically this book follows Ellie Nichols after the most embarrassing public humiliation ever. If secondhand embarrassment puts you off of reading something, maybe don't read, maybe skip this one. Maybe skip this one. It was bad. But if you're willing to get past the secondhand embarrassment, because really it's only at the very beginning, and it's like, it's a big deal, but it's not like brought up for the, I mean, kind of is. It's really only embarrassing for that first part when it's actually happening. Is the only time where you're like, please stop. After that, it's okay. Anyways, so yeah, after that, she flees the country and gets a last minute spot on her school's abroad trip for like, it's for super smart people, and her grades are like mediocre. I think C's and B's, maybe a D or 2. So she has to like promise the school she's gonna lock in and she's gonna pass all these classes because she really wants to go. So she does. So then she's there in London at this college. I think it's like an abandoned college. I don't think it's in current use. Whatever. Where they host this thing, and she's staying in like what's basically it's basically like a castle, is how it's described. And she's studying and making friends with all these people that go to her school that she's never talked to before, because just different crowds. And it's so cute. And then she meets this British boy, but she's just, wait, I have to see what it says on the back, because I never know what it's saying, what like I'm spoiling by talking about it. I haven't spoiled anything yet, if you're worried about that. Yeah, okay, so she meets this British boy, Will, and she just starts lying to him right off the bat, because she just wants a British boyfriend to show off at school, so everybody thinks like, or to show off on Instagram, so people from school will see it and be like, oh, they'll forget all about the embarrassing thing, and it's like, oh my god, that's that girl dating that really hot British guy, you know. He's like a little bit older than her. I think he's in college actually. So the thing, she even lied about her age, and it's like, girl, you're gonna make this man catch a case. But other than that, there's other romance plot, friends to lovers in the background, lots of angst and yearning, and it's so cute. And it's perfect. It's the most perfect thing ever. If you like, it's very short. I think it's only like a little bit over 324 pages to be precise. And it's super cute, and I actually posted a picture of one of the pages on my Instagram story. because he says, like the love confession, he says, "You're my best friend, Ellie." And I posted it, and like, with "You Are in Love" by Taylor Swift, and I wrote pauses, then says, "You're my best friend." And it made me so happy to read it. Wait, I want to show you it, because I even annotated it and wrote the lyrics, because I was so happy. Oh, here it is. Okay. Or maybe I'll just show you. If that isn't adorable, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. This book was so cute. Chrissy Boyce has, honestly, just off this book, has become one of my favorite YA authors when I just want to giggle and kick my feet. Like, the writing is funny and it's quick. I wouldn't say they're super memorable or anything, but I mean, they're so cute. They're so cute. And I honestly, every single time I've read one of her books, I think I've read 2 so far, but she has a 3rd one that she has 5 out, I believe. One of them is like a Descendants book, so, but she has 4 just regular YA romances out, and I've read 2 of them, so it's not bad. But every time I read one of her books, I just have a good time all around. I'm laughing, I'm giggling, I'm kicking my feet, I'm invested in the love story and in their personal lives. A lot of people think her main characters are annoying, but I just feel like you don't get quirky, you don't get the weird girl energy, because sometimes they are a little bit weird, but I personally don't think it's in that insufferable YA way where it's like, oh my god, shut up, I don't care that you're 4'2" and your hands are tiny. Like, I feel like it's in a very real way where if you have those interests, I think one of these can become your favorite books. It's like me with Betting on You. I know it's not, to a lot of people, that wasn't a very memorable book. It was just another Lynn Painter book that made them smile and laugh, maybe even a little bit emotional at times, but for the most part, like a 4-star read. That's my favorite book ever, because I just found the characters so deeply relatable. And I feel like people with Chrissy Boyce's books, if you find the characters relatable, you'll love it. Like, I really feel like these could be some a little teenage girl's favorite books. So if you're a little teenage girl like me, and you're a little bit, or you have, like, I don't know, just a weird hobby or something, you should read one of these, because she has a lot of hobbies. Like, all her characters, they all have like different ones, because that's really what makes a book like able to be somebody's favorite, I feel. Because a lot of the time when I tell someone my favorite book is, they're like, really? And I feel like a lot of people just assume I don't read for anything but that cutesy gig, like swoony feelings, you know, when I tell them my favorite book is Betting on You by Lynn Painter. But it's because of the characters. It's not, yeah, I love the romance so much, I love Bailey and Charlie, but it's because I am Bailey and Charlie. Like, if they had a child, it would be me. You know, I've never read a book where I related so much to both characters. So don't let anybody hate on you for your favorite book. If no one needs to know why it's favorite except for you, is what I'm trying to get at here. And I think you guys should read this book because it was so damn cute. Okay, next one I have, I'm pretty sure this is included in every single Friends to Lovers trope video ever, and I'm pretty sure everybody's read it, but on the off chance that you haven't, I present to you The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. This is one of those ones where it's like, oh my god, are you guys blind? Are you blind? Are you stupid? Are you... You're best friends, but you... where you just want to like kind of bang your head against the wall while you're reading it, because it's like, how can 2 people be so stupid? What do you guys like you're clear, she clearly wants you, she clearly wants you, what is the issue? But it was really cute and funny, and Sarah Adams knows how to write an all-around good time. And if you like companion novel series, this is part of one. The second book came out last year, and it's, wait, last year or earlier this year? Came out somewhat recently, within the last 6 months for sure, and it's called The Rule Book. So, the cheat sheet and the rule book, like, what's not to love? They're on the same football team. So, yeah, if you like companion novel series and Friends to Lovers, this might just be a thing for you. Oh, this is also fake dating, a little bit. Like, they're lifelong best friends, and then they end up having a fake date for something, for a publicity thing, because he's like a famous football player. He's in the NFL actually. So yeah, it's kind of just combines those two genres, which personally are two of my favorites, so I thoroughly enjoyed myself while reading this. It's also not spicy because it's Sarah Adams, and she keeps her books clean for the most part, and if she doesn't, like in her most recent book, Beg, Borrow, or Steal, she puts right at the beginning what chapters to skip if you want to avoid that. So that's pretty cool about her if you like to avoid spice. Okay, this next book is a somewhat new release. It came out this year, and that is While We're Young by K.L. Walker. Now, okay, this one also might not be everybody's cup of tea, but that is only because it follows 4 different POVs, and it's actually a sort of, I don't want to say retelling because it's fairly different from the movie, but it's loosely based off of Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And it follows Grace, Issa, and Everett, the trio, and Grace is trying to get the trio back together because they stopped hanging out after Issa and Everett broke up because Everett dumped her at freshman homecoming, I think, and they're seniors now, so it's been a minute. And now Grace is, like, for the past couple of years, she's just been stuck between hanging out with each of them, and like she hasn't picked a side, but she has, because as far as Issa knows, her, or as far as she thinks Issa knows, her and Everett don't hang out that much anymore after the breakup, but really she just like divides her time, like she's like a divorced child. But her and Everett have a little yeah, Grace is in love with Everett and just know how to tell Issa, and it's just a big old mess. And Issa is low-key in love with Grace's twin brother James, and bro, they like literally, it's freaking Grace and Everett are such James haters in the first part of this book, and it made me sad because I love James. He was so real, which is probably why I love him so much, and I feel bad that they kept leaving him out, but like he was kind of mean. Anyways, he's actually my favorite character. But so you have the friends lovers between Grace and Everett and Issa and James, and I just think it's so cute. And Issa and James also have like that little stressed out overachiever girl ex troublemaker boy, and it's perfect. It's so cute. I loved every second of it except for at the beginning when they were being mean to James. And James, like, okay, James is Ferris in this book, if that explains his personality better. And Issa is kind of like Cameron coded, if that, even though the whole ditch day thing was Grace's idea, but like James has more of his personality. Grace is also like a top student and doesn't really skip at all, but she wanted them to have this one day together so they can just figure it all out. So she basically kidnapped her 2 best friends, and yeah, it was a fun time though. K.L. Walker also is another author that writes like really cute YA romances. No spice or anything, they are in high school, but yeah, just really cute books with that little touch of YA emotionalness that they all have, because it's just a necessary requirement, obviously. And yeah, they were both, this book, I honestly, another reason I really liked it is because it's very character focused and like friendship focused for the most part until like this point, to like 300 pages in, because it's like in the background, it's like referenced, you know, like we do this, we did that, me and him have been like low-key in love since this time, like as they're going through the day, because it's just one day, follows one day. Romance is kind of background for most of the book until like at like, you know, right over here it becomes foreground, in your face, everything gets resolved, the couples are together, and it's perfect. First, all the relationships heal like platonically and between the siblings, and then we get the romances finally together, and it's so perfect. And K.L. Walker, I'm not sure when you would be seeing this, but if you ever do, you're a genius and I love you. Her new book just came out, A First Time for Everything, which I'm so excited to read. I will probably go to the bookstore like tomorrow and get it, maybe this weekend. I have finals right now, so probably this weekend, I guess, when school's over. But yeah. Okay, so my next book is actually a Christmas book, and it is Love in Winter Wonderland by, what's her name? Abiola Bello, I believe that's how you say it. And this follows Ariel and what was his name? Ariel and Trey. And his parents own a bookstore called Wonderland, and she's an artist. And they go to school together. It's really cute. It's ooh, whoa, my bookmark fell out. It's really cute. She like she gets a job at the bookstore because she needs like to paint a mural so that way she could have something more public, because she's trying to get into this art school that her dad went to. And it just kind of follows him. He low-key doesn't want her working there, only because the store's like in trouble, and he knows they can't really be affording to take on another person, but they also need the help. So he's kind of a little indifferent to her working there at first. This is another one where he has a girlfriend when the book starts, but his girlfriend is her friend's cousin. It's like kind of into All the Boys Before, where he's dating Jen and Laura G's best friend, that's Chris, you know. So like it's kind of a known, like his girlfriend is super mean to Ariel for no reason and all that jazz. No cheating occurs. The only thing I would say about this book, because it's marked as YA, but there's like a lot of there's no smut, but there's like a lot of sex talk in this book, and like just dirty jokes. I don't know, like I remember in Target it had a sticker that had like 11+ on it, and I wouldn't give this to an 11-year-old to read. I would say like 14. Teenager for sure. I'm not saying it's like 18+ or anything, but I wouldn't give it to an 11-year-old. So be warned about that. Maybe if you're like looking to buy this for a middle schooler or something, there is a little bit of like dirty jokes and stuff in here, where she's like, okay. Or like I think one time she walks into a party and he like in her dialogue says something about like her boobs. It's like, I would not okay, but I would not give this to an 11-year-old, you know. But their romance was super cute. She drew like a little card, and she actually drew like the two of them on it, and it was cute. It was really cute. And then she was trying to hide it from him. It was cute, and it was very Christmassy and adorable. So this December you should read this. You should add it to your TBR. I'm gonna talk about these next 3 quickly because it's an entire series. It's the Love and series by Jenna Evans Welch. You've probably heard of this one because this is the most popular one of the series, but there's actually 3 books. They're out of order, but they go in this order: Love and Gelato, Love and Luck, and Love and Olives. Yeah, and they're all friends to lovers. This one follows Lena. This one's a movie on Netflix now, but I wouldn't watch it because it was really bad. This one follows Lena, and her mom just died, and she has to move to Italy to go live with her dad, and she doesn't really know that much about her dad. Like, her mom barely talks about him, but when she gets there, there's this journal photo album thing that her mom kept during her entire time living in Italy, and it like has a whole story about her and her dad, but it's very mysteriously written, and she's trying to figure out why her mom felt like this secret was so important to keep that she had to like write about it secretly, even in her diary, like just at risk that somebody might find it. She wrote about it secretly. So she's trying to solve that whole mystery while falling in love with Ren. This boy, he just like lives in the neighborhood for real, and he's just around. He helps her out with like the solving. It's kind of like Enola Holmes, where she just kind of picks up Lord Dewsbury on the street. Dewsbury, I think. Picks him up off the street, and now he's just there to stay, like a puppy. Yeah, but they were adorable. The next one is Love and Luck. This follows Lena's friend. What the hell was her name? Addie. Lena's friend Addie. And Addie is trying to heal her relationship with her brother, because her brother is just not messing with her right now, and you don't find out why till like a little bit later. But she's trying to fix that relationship, so she like follows him, and turns out he's meeting up with his online friend while they're on their Ireland trip to go see this concert. So she gets roped into that, and then she falls in love with his Ireland friend. And that was really... Okay, sorry, the camera died and I had to go get the extra battery for my brother's room. But I don't... What was I talking? I was talking about Love and Luck. I remember that. Oh, so I really like this one because this one's a lot shorter than Love and Gelato. Like, a lot shorter than Love and Gelato. But it was really cute. Also, Lena and Ren are in this one for like a little bit. I thought it was really cute. I really liked, what was his name? I never remember the boy's name. Rowan. His name was Rowan. I really liked Rowan, and I liked him and Addie together. It was an all-around good experience. It was fun, it was quick, it was summery, it was healing vibes, and it made me want to go to Ireland, which a lot of things make me want to go to Ireland. I've always wanted to go to Ireland, so I mean. And the last one is Love and Olives. This one follows completely new characters. It follows, let me see if I can remember their names. I just read this one. I read this one this year, so I really should remember their names. I know she was visiting her dad. Her dad hunts for Atlantis. He's an Atlantis hunter, and he moved to Greece. And she kind of hates him, but she doesn't know the full story, and she finds out in this book. It's also the longest one of the series. I'm not looking at the back. The front is facing me. Theo was the guy's name. His name was Theo. And her name was Olive. Yep. And everybody calls her Liv, but her dad calls her Olive still. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So this one is really long, especially compared to these two. Like, this one is long. It's the longest one of the series, and it actually took me the longest to read too. Not even because it was boring. I was looking in a slump at the end of last year and for like January and February, because I was reading the Lunar Chronicles, and that was really all I wanted to read. So everything else I just kind of, it was back burner. But I did like this one. He basically, he lives in like this really, he lives in Greece, and it's like this really small little community where he lives specifically. And he invites Liv out there to come make a documentary with him. They're pitching it for an episode of National Geographic about like explorers or whatever. And Theo is the one shooting it because his mom and Olive's dad own a bookstore, and the bookstore is so cute. The bookstore is actually a real place. That's what I really like about Jenna Evans Welch, is that she, and Kale Walther too, they really well research their books, and like if it's about a real place, they go and visit it to make sure like their writing is accurate. And I thought that was really cool. She talks about it in like her author's note at the end, how she visited the bookstore and all that. I remember tabs match the cover. I feel like they're really cute. Look, see, it's cute. Anyways, she kind of hates Theo at first, and just, she's not very happy to be there. Oh, and this is what is the theme of friends to lovers books and somebody having a boyfriend at the beginning, or somebody being in a relationship at the beginning. She has a boyfriend at the very beginning. This one is absolutely no cheating, none of that nonsense, like at all, not even a little bit. Her boyfriend's kind of like a dickhead anyway, so even if there was, I personally wouldn't even care. I would be able to look past it. Actually, he might have cheated on her a little bit, her boyfriend. I don't remember exactly, but they were super cute. They have one of my favorite little bonds. They share a room in the bookstore. There's a bedroom in there, and so they just have like all these late night conversations and get to know each other better. Like, he's the first person she really tells a lot of these things about herself, because they're gonna be, some of them she tells him because she kind of has to, because they're gonna be roommates. So it's like he's gonna, like, she has nightmares. She's like, he's gonna find out either way. I have to tell him. I'd rather him hear me say it than wake up to me like screaming or something. And then some of them, like, the closer they get, they start talking more, and it's so cute. They were adorable. And the ending, the little love confession scenes, they got me. They were really cute. So Love, and they're very summery. If you want a companion novel little thing to read this summer, or honestly you could read any one of these books because they're pretty standalone-y, I would say. Love and Luck, though, I will say it did feel a lot more like a sequel to Love and Gelato than I would have liked. You could honestly probably just tell because how short it is. Like, Lena and Ren are a very small part of it, but especially compared to Love and Olive, it's not as fleshed out as either of those books. But it was still really good, and I still really liked it. And even if you don't really like it, it's really short, so you're not really wasting your time like that. Last book is Maybe Meant to Be by K.L. Walther. This book follows Sage and Charlie, and they've been best friends like since they were in the womb, for real, because their parents were friends. So yeah, and it has both their POVs. Okay, so Charlie's gay and Sage is in love with Charlie's twin brother Nick. So it's a big old mess, and like both their parents want them to get married. They're not like pushing it like crazy. It's not like those crazy parents where they might as well be an arranged marriage. It's not like that. It's just back your mind kind of thing. They play off the joke, but it's like, you know, they would be fucking thrilled if you did get married. So yeah, they're both a little worried about that in the back of their mind. Sage's issue is she doesn't believe in young love, like that it'll last, because her parents met young and got married and now they're divorced. So she doesn't want that to happen with her and Nick, because she really likes Nick and she doesn't want to have a marriage ending in divorce with him. Not even just because she likes him, but like, I mean, she's so connected with his family, it would be very awkward. And Charlie's just never known. I mean, I guess he always knew, because, you know, you always know. Deep down, somewhere in you, you always know. I mean, trust me. But he never really acknowledged the fact, or I guess it never really surfaced, that he was gay. So this whole thing with Luke is kind of scary for him. And even once they start like secretly being together, it's a secret. Like I don't want to say he's ashamed of it, but he kind of is for a minute. And it's a lot of tension and a lot of drama and a lot of, oh my god. But it's really, really cute and it's really good. And I love Kale Wather and I think she's a genius. And this is one of my favorite books of hers. This and her other book that's like a second chance romance, What Happens After Midnight. I really like that one. But yeah. Okay, well that's all the French Lovers books I have for you right now. If you want a part 2 to this one, let me know. But the next video you'll see will probably be this, but a different trope. So if you have any specific tropes you would like to see for that one, let me know. Other than that, have a fantastic day, afternoon, or night whenever you're watching this. I hope you enjoy yourself. I hope you have fun. Stay safe, stay sexy, and I love you.